beauties, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Scheherazade, and I love colorful makeup. As you can see on my eyes, today I'm super excited because I'm gonna play around with Serpent Palette from Micka's Beauty Shop. This palette is in collaboration with Marta's Makeup, who is an amazing collaborator. I will put her channel in the description box below. I loved this palette when I saw the inside. I also have been following Marta's for quite a while. I believe she's from Norway or one of the Scandinavian countries, and she does a lot of reviews of European indie brands. Micka Beauty Shop or Micka Beauty Shop, I believe, is a French brand, so it is a European brand. I am so excited to jump into this palette. We're gonna do swatches and 3 eye looks, and in the end, I will tell you my overall thoughts about this brand and this palette. This is the first time I'm using this brand. If that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Let's jump into the video. Beauties, before we go into the first eye look, let's take a look at the swatches of this palette. As always, swatches are done on bare skin, 2 swipes per color with no primer. Plan for today is to play with Serpent Palette, which is a collaboration between Micka or Micka Beauty Shop and Marta's Makeup. It's a beautiful palette, which is why I decided I wanted to purchase it. Marta's, I'm hoping I say her name correctly. I've been following Marta's, I want to say, for at least a year. She, I believe, is Norwegian, and she does a lot of reviews of European brands. I'm gonna start with Painterly. As you all know, I like to play around with international indie brands, which is why I follow the channels of some of European influencers, the ones that I like, obviously, and the ones who review indie brands, and she does a lot of that. Before I get into this, I wanted to say that compared to some of the other palettes that I ordered from Micka, also I purchased this with my own money. I got the Bloom palette, I ordered that, and also Glacier palette. This palette looks a tiny bit higher quality on the packaging. The packaging actually looks a little better made. But as a whole, I'm not the biggest fan of Micka's packaging. The inside though looks very high quality. This looks pretty high quality. The only, I want to say, if I can call it a complaint that I have, is that this multichrome antidote looks a little too hard pressed. It reminds me of some of, what's the name of that Gloss Gods palette? Gal on Moon. When I received that, some of them looked just too hard pressed. The issue with hard pressed, and again, I don't know if they're really hard pressed or that they're just not filled to the top. But the concern there is whether you're getting enough product, right? And then when it's hard pressed, you're gonna wonder, is it gonna become hard panned? Is it gonna just, you know, be too difficult to get out of the pan and things like that? But other than that, everything else looks pretty good. And I'm probably gonna do a separate video just talking about my perspectives on Micka Beauty Shop and their palettes right down below if that is something you're interested in seeing, because if you'll tell me that will be interesting for you, I'm gonna definitely do it. But purely visually, because I haven't used anything yet, the palette reminds me of the palettes, all 3 of the palettes that I ordered, in terms of what they look like in the pans, and then even the outer packaging, even the back, you know, this kind of right up on the back reminds me a lot of Saints, Angels, and Sinners. Let's jump right in because I can't wait anymore. Beauties, I'm gonna begin by using these Cosmic brushes. These are brushes that Cosmic Brushes released, I want to say, a month ago, 2 months ago. I purchased them when I purchased Muse. I'm excited. This is the first time I'm using them. This is CB1 or Cosmic Brushes 1. Okay, let's do something a little funky. I think I'm gonna go into this one, Temptation, which is a beautiful mauve color. Nice pigmentation on the brush, and I'm just putting it in my crease. Okay, beauties, I'm now gonna take a small brush and go into Apophis. I think that's the name of this color. I don't know what that means. We're just gonna casually deepen out the outer V. Very nicely pigmented, very nice and blendable. I'm just gonna use the first brush and brush these into each other a little bit. Going back into the palette, I'm now gonna go into Netherworld, which is this one. And I'm just putting the purple at this outer edge. The idea is to add a little more dimension. I'm now gonna go back into Apophis with a flat brush, and I am just going to do this. I'm gonna use Temptation, that first color again, and just brush this out a little. Now time for a little bit of NYX glitter primer. Tapping it here. Beauties, some of these colors, the shimmers, they look so shifty. It's amazing. I'm gonna use this one, Germungander. I hope I'm saying that right. It's one of those beautiful golds to coppers. And I am just tapping it slightly over the glitter primer. This is insane. I don't know if the camera is capturing it. I hope it does. This color is just, and from this angle, I actually see lime green. Now I'm gonna use that medium red color again and just blending slightly these edges. I'm going to now use a pointy brush, go into Transformation. This looks like one of those super shifty and shiny and sparkly iridescent multichromes. I don't know if you can see that. This is like insanity. Oh my god. This reminds me a little bit of Red Giant by Terra Moons. This is just so beautiful. Okay, beauties, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. This eye look is insane. I'm so loving it. And I'm very happy with purchasing this palette. So far, so amazing. Mattes, blendable, pigmented, very nice. Shimmers were very nice in consistency. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that the outer packaging and general aesthetics reminds me of Saints, Angels, and Sinners. Now, Saints, Angels, and Sinners also has some pretty good shimmers, but the shimmers that I use, I feel are better quality than what I've experienced from Saints, Angels, and Sinners. Now, these might be a matter of preference, but if I were to describe Saints, Angels, and Sinners as shimmers, most of their shimmers are thin formula. You have to either build them up or you might still see your skin from under them, but of course that gives the advantage of using it over colors for a completely different effect. In this case, that wasn't the experience. This is very thick, which is super nice, and this one is just amazing. Another experience with Saints, Angels, and Sinners on the matte side is that their mattes are usually on the thin side, meaning you really have to build them up. You might not get the desired effect when applying a light hand or when going into the palette just 1 or 2 times. You might have to keep building the color up. In this case, I did not have any issue. I made this look in like 15 minutes, and I was talking and I was doing other things. So the first impression I have of this palette based on this eye look has been amazing. I can't wait to make the second eye look. But before that, let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, we're gonna go back into this palette. Apologies, my voice is a little bit gone because I was sick, but I really wanted to go back into the palette. I've already primed my eyes with Primer Potion. Let's do it. Let's get started with the yellow. I want to do something brown yellowish today. Ooh, I love it. This is like neon and it's so nice. I'm hoping you can see the pigmentation. This is a new camera, so I don't know how you guys can see this. It's supposed to be a little more high definition. Hopefully I don't look so bad. Hopefully you can see all the pores on my face, but this is beautiful. The pigmentation is just fantastic. Look at this. One issue usually with neon colors is that they are thinner. It's just that the pigment becomes drier, so they end up being a little bit flyaway. But as you can see, this one looks pretty nice. No issues there. Let's now go into this green, beautiful green color. Ooh, look at that. And I want to put this in my outer V area. Oh, it's so nice. So beautiful. These lavender handled brushes are from Cosmic Brushes. They were released, I want to say, a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I bought them with Muse Palette. I've used these brushes a few times so far and they've been pretty nice. I'm now going to use the same brush, and looking up, I'm just going to bring this same color as close to my lower lash line as I can. I started using this technique when I began traveling and I couldn't take too many brushes with me, so I had to make sure I just use the same brushes for as many activities as possible. I'm going to pick the yellow one again, and I'm going to just quickly blend where these two colors meet. I'm now going to use a little bit of NYX Glitter Primer, putting this on the inner half of my lid. Okay, beauties, I'm going to test these two, this one and that one that kind of have a green. So this is Duality, this center color. It has a shift of green to pink. I don't think this will go with this eye look. And this one is Antidote, which is an that is like a black base multichrome. It goes from copper to sort of gold to lime green to dark green. You know what? I'm going to use Venom, this one. Yes, let's use Venom, this beautiful lime green. Also, beauties, look at my nails. I don't know if I've shown them before, but they're very spring swirly and cute. Okay, let's go into Venom, the super beautiful lime green. I cleaned my fingers and I'm gonna just go into it. Look at that. Oh my god, this is so nice. This shade, this is like neon yellow to sort of a yellow green from this angle. When I'm looking at it, I see yellow green, but it's actually neon yellow. Also in the pan, it's kind of green. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I'm just using the darkest color to blend these edges where this beautiful shimmer meets the dark green. Similarly on this side, just to make sure there's no like harshness there. They're kind of blended. Beautiful, look at this, look at this. Beauties, I love it. I'm gonna bring the camera closer to show you this eye look from close up in a minute, beauties, but I love this palette. The consistency and the pigmentation is just fabulous. I can't wait to go into the other palettes by Micka Beauty Shop that I have. I really can't. Originally, I was wondering if I should do a video just sort of talking about the brand as a whole, but now I'm thinking I might just do a dedicated video for each of these palettes. They're so nice. I mean, I haven't used the other ones, but based on the quality of this one, I'm just assuming they're very nice. This one had a little bit of fall off. I think you can see that, but the pigmentation, beauties. Yeah, can't wait to go into the third eye look. But before that, let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, let's get started with the third eye look. I already primed my eyes with Lancome's base. This is in beige ivory. This base has a little bit of a shimmer. Just letting you all know it might affect the ultimate outcome of the eyeshadow look. I have not used some of these neutral colors, so let's do that. I'm going to go into this beautiful color called Fertility and putting it in my crease. This is sort of an ochre, I want to say brown, but this isn't brown. This color has a different name that's escaping me this minute. What I'm planning on doing is to use Antidote, which is a black-based multichrome. I think you all see reddish color. From this angle, I actually see green, so it's a very nice color. A color that would match that would be this, so I'm gonna go into the green. With a brush that has a smaller head, I'm gonna go into this green. I'm just putting it in the outside edge of my eye. As I'm doing this, I know this brand is going to restock this palette. I believe they said May 13th or 12th. So if you like this video, if you like the colors and the swatches and everything you saw in this video, and I kind of recommend it as you've seen, then you might want to mark your calendars to pick this palette up. I would say though, check Micka's Instagram because I might have remembered the date wrong. I'm gonna pick back the first brush and just blend these two a little bit. Now I'm going to look up, and with the same amount of green that's left on the brush, I'm going to just rub this along my lower lash line. Okay, beauties, now I'm gonna use a little bit of NYX's glitter primer. You know where we're going. We're gonna be using the black-based multichrome. So, putting this kind of across my lid. Remember, with multichromes, you want to cover a large enough surface that you can see the shifts. Otherwise, there's no point in putting the multichrome in a little small location. You're not going to see the shifts that way. I'm now going to go with my finger in this beautiful color. Let me show you. Unfortunately, I can't see the green in the video, but I can see the green from the angle I'm looking at. Okay, I'm just tapping it over this tacky base. I'm just using the dark green to mix these two colors a little bit more, the original ochre color and the green. Okay, beauties, I'm loving the eye look so far, but I do want to make it a little more funky. At this point, I have two options. I can go with the matte effect and use forewarning in my inner corner, but I actually want to go with a funky shimmer effect, and I'm going to use Venom in my inner corner for this look, just to see what that's going to look like. So let's go. I used a brush that has kind of a pointy tip, and I'm love it. This color Venom is gorgeous. I don't think I've seen this color in any other palette. It's one of those like very light yellow to lime green shimmers. It's beautiful. I don't think I've seen exactly this in any other palette. It kind of looks like it has glitter particles in it. Okay, beauties, I'm back. I put a little bit of bronze chestnut from Juvia's Place on my lips. I just thought a little bit of a brownie lipstick would go with this eye look. There is a little bit of a copper in the eye look. I love that in this part of the eye, and I absolutely love the inner corner. Just so nice. Overall, friends, the palette has been amazing. Honestly, there's nothing negative to say. There's nothing negative to say. In terms of the quality and the pigmentation and the blendability and the shimmers and how buttery and nice they were, there is nothing negative to say. Now, there are a few colors I did not try. I didn't try these three in any looks. I didn't try this orange or this one. Everything that I used was amazing. I absolutely love this iridescent multichrome color, super beautiful. For the price of this palette, I find this brand amazing. I have 2 other palettes that I've purchased from them. I'm thinking about purchasing new ones. I think they mentioned that they're gonna have a new release coming out, so stay tuned. I'm definitely gonna buy that, and I'm definitely gonna feature it in this channel if you're curious. If you're curious about what they're going to release, write down below in the comments, but I feel like I'm gonna buy that palette and review it anyway, just because of the experience I had with this palette. Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised because I don't think this brand has had that many palettes, and I don't think they've been around that long, but the quality was very top-notch. The only negative thing I have to say, friends, is that the packaging could have been a little more glam. Now, I don't care per se, but if this was something I would see in a store, I would probably, for lack of a better word, not take it that serious. And let me make sure you're not getting the reflection of the ring light in the packaging. But for example, there is a little bit of a, how do you describe it? When the print looks like it hasn't printed in the exact location and there's a little bit of blurriness, there's a little bit of that effect on the packaging, which kind of reduces the quality and what you see. It doesn't personally bother me, but of course that makes it look a little cheaper. Would I purchase this palette again? Absolutely. I'm also so happy to be supporting Martis. I love her channel. Would I purchase from this brand again? I feel like I already said that they're coming out with something, and I'm very likely going to buy that. I'm already thinking about picking up their Peacock palette if that is available at the time I'm buying the other palette. I also have 2 of their other palettes that I purchased with this one, Blooming and Glacier, and those also will be coming up in this channel, so stay tuned for those. Thanks so much, beauties. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you're not subscribed already. If you're subscribed already, thank you so much. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and until next time, bye.